Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a book review to do for you guys today. It is Partygirl by Anna Davis, so let's get into it. So this book was originally published in 2007 and it stars Amelia Stone, who is a girl who writes for this magazine called Absolutely Fabulous. She has a drug addiction. She ends up getting fired because she was doing crazy stuff in the bathroom. I'm not gonna say it because I don't think I can say it on YouTube. But yeah, she writes stories about like her sleeping with other guys, and I thought it was really interesting. And just from like this alone, I knew I had to pick up the book, and I couldn't put it down after I started reading it. It is 274 pages, and I loved it so much. She did such an amazing job, and I ended up following her on Instagram and everything. And she's actually still doing stuff online, and she has, I think, her own like publishing type of deal going on. So yeah, Anna Davis, she seems really cool, and I could relate to her a lot in this book. So basically it's about this girl named, Amelia Stone. She, works, publishes these columns, and she actually ends up going to rehab. It's called Pledges. And the one's in Malibu, and she meets all these guys and Justin and just like a bunch of dudes. But the one dude that's most important is Adam, and she ends up pretty much falling in love with him. And then he, doesn't answer her calls after a while. She runs into him with some other girl. So it's kind of crazy, and I really liked it because there was a lot going on. Her best friend Stephanie, she's a lot of apologizing to do for her addiction and just things she has to overcome. She has a sponsor, so it's just crazy. And there's some things I could relate to. She's talking about her family like very little, and city girl like myself, going through it. I don't really have any issues along the lines of that, but I could just relate to it because of like her emotions and her feelings with anxiety and depression, something I struggle with and openly do. So I felt as though that I could relate to her in those circumstances, and just like her going through stuff and her talking about herself. Overall, I would give this book a 10 out of 10 just because I read through it so quick. I only had to renew it once because I was like, wow, I'm obsessed. I can't give this back. I'm gonna finish it. And I made a point to finish it, and I'm just really happy. This is so ran through. Look at this. You can tell I was touching it the whole time. But yeah, it is due tomorrow, back at the library. I did get it from the library just because no need to buy a brand new book when there's plenty of perfectly good books, and I do the Lysol wipe and everything because this is plastic, it's fine. So I love this book. Yeah, 10 out of 10, really good read. Anna Davis, you did a phenomenal job. So this is set in 2007, so you already know there's a lot of like really funny references that I get, and I'm like, oh, this is so cute. And she talks about Nikki Hilton, Colin Farrell, Selma Blair. And then, she has a few love interests like Alex, and there's some dudes that she's like not interested in that did some crazy stuff with her. And, it's talking about New York, and talking about LA, and, she has to fly to New York a lot. She does The View at the very end, and it is Partygirl, so she ends up writing a column called Partygirl, and she doesn't fit that because she, goes to rehab, she's reformed, and she's different. So it's really odd for her to write the column, and I don't really want to spoil everything, but at the end, she has this girl, she's on The View, and she's like, this is the real party girl. I'm not the real party girl. I don't know, you got me wrong. But I thought it was really funny and really cute, and the ending was really sweet because her and Adam, you'll see how it works out, but it works out pretty good. And I thought it was really cute, and talking about her Blackberry, I was like, oh, she has a Blackberry. That's so cute. 2007, it's a different time. So I don't know, I just really enjoyed it, and it was so fun to read, and I don't know, I just really love the spirit of this book and how quick I read through it. Little cocktails, little pills, and just like cute stuff like that. I thought it was adorable. But overall, I don't think she was glamorizing anything drug-wise or glamorizing, party life or anything like that, because she went through it in this book. So if you read it, you can understand a lot of things and relate to a lot of things. And she has a lot of pop culture references, and her writing about the column, and she had to do a photo shoot of her in this like champagne glass, and she just couldn't do it because she can't physically drink it, and she couldn't tell people that she wasn't drinking, so she'd pay bartenders for like a fake shot. That's so silly, but you can understand it if you read the book and you start to relate to her, and the things she goes through, and her judging other people when they have like a spiral, and then she's like, wow, I shouldn't have judged them because I'm not much better myself. And yeah, she goes through with her friend Stephanie, and she ends up apologizing to a lot of people at the end. So I thought it was really sweet, and she knew that she did a lot of people wrong, but there was also some circumstances, it's like whatever, I could relate to that, like friends, you know, bygones, people come and go, changes in life, it happens, we all change, we're all people. So I really liked how lighthearted it was, and there were some moments where I was like about to cry, but I was like, no, because I'd be in the park reading it. I would go to the art museum every single day to sit down and read this book and journal when it was nice out, not like raining. But it's been really nice out the past few days, so it just made it a lot easier for me to just get the book done and just read through it. And the last few pages were so sweet and bittersweet because I read this a little bit in April and now it's May. So it just feels so good and so refreshing and like a change in me reading it. And I want to like thank Anna David herself for making this book because it's something that I could relate to without like really getting into every single detail of relating, like, you know, about like the abuse and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, once you read it, you'll understand it fully. And it's really sweet. I really like the story behind it. I thought it was really cute, and it was such an easy read. Like, despite it being almost 300 pages, it was so funny, and her language is hilarious. But yeah, 2007, it's not like it's too long ago at all, but I thought it was so funny, like her talking about her publicist and her sleeping with a bunch of dudes. It was hilarious. It was so funny, and I loved it. But overall, 10 out of 10. Anna David, you knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. I really want to reach out to her and like thank her. And this book honestly makes me want to write my own book. It was just so good. She told such a good story without it having to be like about her, because it's not about Anna David, it's about Amelia Stone, so it's not real, but it feels so real. It feels so lively, and I love it. But thank you guys for watching I think this is my second book review. I'm gonna do some more. I love reading, and I can't wait to go back to the library, bring this one back, get a new one, review that one. So I'm just gonna keep going on. It's gonna be a cycle now. But Partygirl, Anna David, 10 out of 10, love it. I couldn't give this one a bad rating. It was just so good to read, and it felt refreshing, and it felt nice, and it felt like blooming, and I don't know. It's a lot, but it felt like a lot of things. I really love it. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this YouTube video. I just got done with a Pilates class, so I'm glowing, you know. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like this video. Let me know what book you want to see next. Let me know what video you want to see next. Have a lovely day. Mwah. Peace.